This is the rock. This is the rock from where all good things will happen in just moments. You're gonna like this. Stay tuned. Hi, Chetco. Fourth cast / drift, and found a rainbow, a dandy rainbow. Just right off in this water, 20 feet from that rock. That's just kind of my anchor point for this piece of water. It kind of marks where the run starts to get deeper, more of a pool. I don't know, I need 2 hands for this bad boy. Oh my God, it's a beautiful rainbow. Just bright and colorful. It is mid-January still. Out here with Chetco and Hefe, the pup who's still trying to learn to like the winter time. He's just a little guy, but he's doing a really good job. I can't tell. I have a wet carrot and a midge pupa on. The wet carrot's definitely more of a Euro nymph. The midge pupa is actually more of a buzzer pattern for lakes, but I've been fishing it on rivers all over the Rocky Mountain West. I say this is my second winter doing it, and I've been doing really well. So who knows? Both patterns have been working great. It looks like this is on the wet carrot. A semi-automatic kind of knockoff reel, but it definitely helps A, filming yourself, and B, getting line in quick. Really, you don't bounce the rod half as much when you're pulling up all your extra line. I don't know, I'm guessing this is easily a 4-pound rainbow. And it's coming in nice and firmly. It's strong though. 10.5-foot 3-weight Euro nymphing rod. I said midges earlier about the hatch, or the emergence rather. But what is that? I thought it was a mayfly, but as I get closer, yeah, it looks more like a midge. I don't know why I can't tell. Let's see. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, it's a midge. Oh no, that's a blueing olive. There we go. Blueing olive mayflies are out, so betas. So that's something else you need to keep in mind. Its wings got trapped down into the meniscus layer, that top layer of the water, where gravity, the mass of the Earth's atmosphere, and the water mass meet. So I'll just put that bluing in that rock, and he can hide in the veg there, dry his wings off, and hopefully go out and mate and make more bluings. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, that's the coolest. That's what the dogs are thinking. That's the coolest. Oh, I'm in. Oh man, I'm wet. Oh, I hate cold water. One of Chetco's favorite things is to swim. And he almost always swims over that other bank. I don't know. I don't worry about it too much. I've snorkeled in the same creeks that Chetco has been swimming in, like even little streams. And the fish really don't care that he is in the water. And they'll kind of cruise out from underneath him. And then immediately they just go right back to doing whatever they were doing before, whether it's feeding or just hanging out. But most fish, when something is in the water with them, they don't care. But I've noticed from snorkeling, if something's above them, like standing on the bank, then they really care. I'm guessing in their minds, it's much more likely to be a predator that wants to kill them. But if something's in the water, they can generally out-swim them. Trout, generally, in most mountain streams, being the fastest thing in the water. Although otters and whatnot obviously can get them, and eagles, but eagles and otters all start above the bank. Just getting some drifts. I'm drifting a lot through the same water. I'm testing the depth quite a bit, watching my sighter, and sometimes I have a lot of clear tippet out from the bottom of that sighter, which would be fishing shallower. And then like right now, I'm just putting that sighter right in the surface. And I'm just trying, there's the bottom there, but there's also a lot of big rocks in here. So I'm just getting a feel for the bottom. And then after I get that figured out, I'll start drifting through a little bit more accurately, getting the ability to drift around rocks instead of going through them and over them. The only bad thing about that is I just get moss on my flies is all. But this is it, just kind of rod tip up and sighter low. It takes a while sometimes, but eventually something will come besides a whiny puppy. And a white dog. Oop, bottom. All right, this one has some gusto, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film and fish, but I got another one on. It was right out in that run, in that deeper water. And all I did was I put on a little more tippet so I could fish a little deeper. And I switched up my fly pattern to a wet carrot variation. Unfortunately, I think my cheap Chinese reel is falling apart on me. I can't lever it in anymore. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, go to shore. After, come. There you go. Yeah, trouty. Yeah, looks like a rainbow. Not as big as the other one, but more feisty, more of a fight. Oh, it's just the leverage. Now I'm getting the fly line in. Yeah, that's a beauty. All right, I'm gonna get back to where the net is. Sorry, I know it's rough, guys, but I don't know. I still haven't found, I haven't even really looked for my filming stuff. I did order a tripod though. A little pocket kind of carry one. Oh, that is not a rainbow. It's an invasive. Oop, hold on, I need more line in. All right, bring this down. Hey, bud. Oh, I took the orange wet carrot. Boom, brownie. Downtown with Mr. Brown. And Hefe, a brown dog. Brown dog, brown fish. Oh no, it took the green wet carrot. I don't know where the orange one went. It might have snapped off on a rock. Nice, healthy brown, right? Nice and proportionate, not too skinny. Keeping in mind this one, this would technically, well, at least what I learned in my ichthyology course, be considered a sneaker. And a sneaker fish is generally a sexually mature yet smaller fish compared to what's around it. This is a monster fish for up in the mountains that tries to sneak in on the more dominant fish on a red. But in this water, because the fish are so healthy, and that little scar in its lip should heal right up, did just get done wasting a whole lot of energy trying to sneak in and get some eggs fertilized. But it is now just fat, healthy brown, doing its thing on a green wet carrot. This has been good. I mean, I've had to work on it, but this water's kind of that way. There are good quality fish in here, but they don't come super easy. You have to put some time in, and I like that. I like the puzzles of fly fishing. One of these days, and I'll try to get some company to pick up these flies. I hate to be so sneaky about it, but I put a lot of effort into my flies, and I put a lot of effort into my fishing. And sometimes it's nice to be able to pay bills. So, can't give away all my secrets. A fella's got to keep some secrets. But what is not a secret is there are more fish in the river, and I'm about to go catch them. And there's some midges. I like this. See some bugs coming up off that boulder. This is gonna be good. Okay, there we go. Kept working at it. If you'll think back in time, where we were looking at a Baetis mayfly, And then we also saw some midges. So little stuff, right? My first fish took a big old pattern, like a size 10. Then I downsized green. I was about a 16, at least as far as the shank length went. It was a jig hook, so the hook size was actually more like a 14 or even a 12, but it just wasn't long. I went back and I put on Lance Egan's Frenchie, which is his variation off some patterns he saw in Europe doing his tournaments that he does so well in. So I put one of those on, or at least my variation of Lance's variation. And I don't know if that's what he took, but I just downsized both my patterns to smaller ones. And it took the green wet carrot, which maybe is more like a wet celery stick, I guess. Or a wet, what else is green and wet? Well, I'll think on that later. Right now, I have a dandy fish on, trying to work it back into shallower water, less strength in the current, and closer to where my net is. I don't carry it out in the water because the handle's long. It's a claspable net, but it just kind of floats in the water, and it gets to be a pain as it twists from left to right. Oh my God, it's a big rainbow. Whew. Unbelievable fish. I don't know, I might need two hands to get this thing in. Oh, oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it together, but I don't know how well I'm gonna keep it together. Man, I don't know how to get this thing in. Do this. Oh, all right, here we go. I got the head kind of now. Yeah, sort of. Look at that tail. Oh, can you see that? Oh my God, it just... Did it bust me off? It did. Oh, I got a little aggressive. Trying to get it in with two hands in a weird way. Okay, well, that's a lesson. Next time I hook into what looked to be a 23-inch fish, I'll put the camera away. My bad. It's a barbless hook. It'll roll right out. And I'm going to retie. After I have a moment of wanting to kick my own backside. Yeah, not everything I do is super intelligent. But I did downsize, fished the water hard, got the drift just right, found the depth where I needed to be. That was right on or near the bottom. And one heck of a fight. Beautiful rainbow. This is cool. Look at that, an aquatic beetle. I don't know, a lot of people don't really fish those things, but man, they're one of my favorites, mostly in ponds. But to me, the easiest way to imitate an aquatic beetle is to fish a renegade. And you can start it up in the surface like this. You can just see it crawling right across. That's right in the meniscus layer. Or you can also weight them or put a bead on a renegade and then fish that thing wet. Because there's also boatmen and water boatmen that have the legs on the side, but that's a beetle. Just crawling around, trying to get water or trying to get air and then go back into the water. So we'll say goodbye to the aquatic beetle and keep that in mind. Okay, I want you to see what I'm doing here. It's a little learning thing. Something I do a lot now, but I didn't used to, but you'll see where the fish is. It is downstream of me and I am pulling upstream with it. And see where my rod tip is, super low. The first thing this rainbow did when I hooked it was come up to the surface and start splashing. So I flipped my rod tip down to keep it in the water, because especially with barbless hooks, they have a greater chance of throwing your hook. When their head's in the air, there's less resistance against your line and all that stuff. Air being thinner than water, of course. I don't know, I guess maybe, I want to say it's like an old wives' tale, or maybe it's an old angler tale, and I think I was told this at some point in my life, but like where you want to get downstream of the fish, you want to pull the fish downstream or sideways to wear it out. But I was talking with a particular member of the World Traveling Fly Fishing Team USA, and he mentioned, because I saw him doing it in a tournament that we were fishing, and he killed me in it. I mean, he just killed it, and I did not. But I saw he was doing this. He was pulling the fish upstream and then flipping them around into his net. Slightly different position than what I'm in now, and I asked him about that, and one of his explanations, and you know, it's kind of a guesstimate, but fish like to swim upstream, so why fight that nature? You can guide them into your net rather than fight them into your net if you just kind of, I think of it, walking them upstream, although swimming them upstream, or as this angler put it, one of the best anglers in the world, I think. You just kind of guide them into your net by guiding them upstream and using that nature to go into the current to your favor. And you should be able to see the size of this big old fat rainbow now. And he's trying to go the other way. See, we lost the current, right? So now he can kind of go anywhere. It's more still water over here, but shallower, less for him to use to his advantage. I've learned my lesson, so I'm gonna stop this. I'll show you when I get him in the net. Okay, as you can see, this is probably one of the fattest rainbows you'll ever see in an inland stream in the US. I mean, I know obviously there are fatter ones, but for a resident fish in a Rocky Mountain stream, this is super, super impressive. Took the green wet carrot, and it's a buck. And the males, you know, generally don't get as long and or as fat as the females, but that's probably a 17, 18 inch long rainbow, but with just a massively disproportionate belly. See ya, big guy. Big, fat, healthy rainbow on the wet carrot, fighting it upstream and guiding him into the net. A little bit better than I did last time on that much bigger fish. It's been a good day. Really can't complain about this. Healthy fishery, and it takes some work to hook them, but it's just so rewarding to see them after you do hook them. I'm so lucky to be able to get out and do this. I mentioned a little while ago I was lucky to be here, and it means more than normal, just someone being lucky to go fishing. You can scroll down my homepage on my Facebook page now that I'm kind of back online and see that my wife, Sarah, has had some medical issues involving a brain tumor removal. And we're still not out of the clear or anywhere near it yet. And whereas I used to fish 3 to 7 days a week, since Sarah's operation, it's been cut back to 1 to 3. So a very serious medical issue to cut me back to like 1 to 3 days a week. I mean, that's sort of joking, but that's actually kind of true. We've had so much help from people in my hometown. Thank you, everybody, for that. I need to get back just to check on stuff. Sarah's getting around okay. Things are getting better, but super slowly, and it's been super tough. So Sarah's not the same woman she used to be. I'm not the same man I used to be, and things are interesting in life, but I can still get out here because Sarah's a strong woman, and we have so much help from family and friends in my hometown, and I cannot thank everyone involved enough. Thank you. That's kind of it. I just want to put that out there just so you guys realize there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes that there's just not a lot I can do about. But it is good to be out here. This is about the only time I can really calm down and de-stress a little bit. And it's been good to be out here today and catch some monster fish. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope maybe somebody learned something, and maybe just enjoyed seeing some of the water I love to fish. I don't remember where I am, though. I'll get back and check Google Maps because I'm lost, completely lost. And anyways, hope you guys are doing well. And continue watching whatever I'm doing because it is kind of cool. I don't know if that's the best spot to hide if you're a fish, but I don't mind it. Fish between the crotch. Every angler's dream, as far as I'm concerned. I just let him go, but he flipped back around and decided to swim right into me. He's all turned on and stuff. Look at that kite though. Big old crooked kite. See ya, bud. Go back out to the deeper water. There you go. That's where you belong. Sort of. You don't really belong there. You belong into a river that drains into the Pacific, but it's all right for now.